Questions recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Patel, before you joined the FBI, you had very strong opinions about what the FBI was hiding regarding Jeffrey Epstein. In a September 2023 interview with Glenn Beck, you said the black book is under the, quote, direct control of the director of the FBI. In December 2023, you said, let us know who the pedophiles are. Even for a short time after becoming FBI director, in February of 2025, you tweeted, quote, there will be no cover-ups, no missing documents, no stone left unturned. In June, you told Joe Rogan, quote, we've reviewed all the information, we're going to give you every single thing we have and can. But then suddenly in July, everything changed. You and Attorney General Pam Bondi released one video and said that there was nothing more to see. Your July memo says you uncovered more than 300 gigabytes of data and physical evidence, but that you had decided no further disclosure would be appropriate or warranted. That is a quote. I think what happened, Mr. Patel, is that suddenly you discovered that Donald Trump's name was all over these files, and you started a giant cover-up. So you are under oath, Mr. Patel. You just testified to Mr. Swalwell that you did not speak to the president about the Epstein files. To your knowledge, did Attorney General Pam Bondi speak to the president about what was in the Epstein files?
I can't.
All right, y'all. Everybody come in, hit the like button, drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at, who is in here. Spam the chat with your city. Spam the chat with your city. And make sure to hit the thumbs up button. This man right here, when he first came into office, or whatever you want to call it, whatever, you know, he was elected to be the person that was going to, you know, get into these, I would call the EpiPen files. He was steadfast. He was like, all right, we're gonna show everybody what is going on in these files. And all of a sudden, when he actually started looking into the files, he seen something. And just like with the Diddy stuff, remember the investigation where they raided all of his houses and they went in there and got a certain amount of terabytes of data. But even when Diddy went to court, no data, no files, no SD cards, no videos, no nothing. And then Diddy almost gets off. All of this stuff is being hidden. And literally everything that you see on TV, and I'm about to prove it to you today, all goes back to one specific thing. And that is kids. But let's keep going.
I can't speak for Attorney General Pam Bondi.
So to your knowledge, you don't have any information. The question was, do you have any knowledge? Do you have any knowledge?
I can't speak.
You are refusing to answer the question. So let me tell you that the Wall Street Journal reported that in May, Bondi told Trump that he was in the Epstein files, and at the same meeting said that the DOJ did not plan to release the files. Yesterday, you testified to Senator Kennedy that there was, quote, no credible information that Epstein trafficked girls to anyone else, and that you have, quote, continuously and publicly asked the public to come forward with more information, and we'll look into it. Today, in response to Mr. Massey's question, you appeared to say that the survivors were not credible. These are survivors.
That's not at all what I said.
Okay, great. I'm going to ask you this in a second, but
Everybody spam the chat with their city. Everybody spam the chat with their city. Let me know where you're from or where you are now. Spam the chat with your city. Let me know who's in here.
Let me tell you about the survivors, and let's bring them up here into the room. These are women who came to the Hill and testified that they were groomed and at the age of 14 and 16 years old, and they called to meet with the president and to meet with the FBI and to have people investigate their claims. Some of them have never testified before. If you are so interested in getting the public to submit any information, why have you not met with them? You said you haven't met with them. Have you met with them? I'll give you one more chance.
My job as the FBI director is to invite
Is the answer yes or no to whether or not you met with these women who were sexually abused?
Any insinuation by you or any people on your side that I am not manhunting child predators and sex traffickers, just look at this.
No. Don't get upset, sir. Just answer the freaking question. Why can't you answer the question, sir? Stop getting, see, a lot of people, men and women, they put themselves in a victim role. Why are you talking to me like this? How dare you insinuate this? Sir, just answer the question. That's all we ask.
stats,
Patel,
and you talk
Mr.
about
Chairman,
cover-ups, man.
Mr. Chairman,
You
this
talk
is
about
my time,
cover-ups.
and I will take
Why?
as much.
See, they want to raise their voices at the other person, and they're literally trying to deflect from the actual question. 1 + 1 = what, sir? How dare you expect me? No, 1 + 1 = what? Who? How, why don't you think I should, sir? What is the answer?
Where were you during the
Instruct
Obama and
Yes,
Biden
Mr.
administrations
Chairman.
when these so-called
Instruct the
cover-ups were
witness.
going on?
More deflecting. More deflecting. Where were you during the Obama administration, sir? They're gone. Like, why do this is dismissing? This is contradicting. This is deflecting. Answer the freaking question.
Why did
Chairman.
anyone in those administrations talk to any of these
Mr.
purported
Chairman.
witnesses?
Let's get some regular order, Mr.
every
Chairman.
single person to provide credible information.
Time belongs to the gentlelady from Washington.
And I'm
but
gonna
when
take
when
another
you
couple
accuse
of
the witness of something, he's allowed to respond.
Exactly. Instead of answering what is 1 + 1 = 2, is how dare you think I don't know math? How dare you, sir? This is textbook deflection.
That's how it works. You say
Listen,
something,
he didn't
you
even,
say something,
excuse me,
you're
Mr.
allowed to
Chairman, you
respond.
have always been fair, but this is
And I'm
not
being
fair.
fair. You will get
No,
your-
this
you will
is
get your
my time, and he
You will give the
said that
gentlelady
the
a few
witnesses
additional
were not
seconds
credible.
of time.
I'm going to get an
And somebody said, let the video play. I cannot let the video play because this is somebody else's video. If you want to let the video play and just watch the full video, go to where the original video was. That this is a response channel overall. All right. So I am responding to what people are saying. So stop saying let the video play. Go where the hell the video is and go let the video play your damn self. All right. I am responding to somebody else's video. If I'm just letting the video play, I might as well give them the damn money instead of me getting the damn money.
additional minute of time because that's how much time
you
he
won't get a
took.
minute. You'll get some seconds. What we think is under 5 minutes. You don't get to demand how
Mr.
much time you
Patel.
get. That's not how it works.
Mr. Patel, are the victims of the Jeffrey Epstein horrific trafficking ring, are they credible?
Any
That's it.
person with information
Oh
about
my
ongoing
God.
sexual trafficking,
I'm asking you if they're
Are they
credible.
credible?
they're commenting on the evidence we have.
But
And
When you interview witnesses, like, are they credible witnesses or are they not?
we have routinely asked for people to come forward with more evidence, and we will look at it. And the evidence that we have was the same evidence that the Biden and
Patel,
Obama Justice Departments
Mr.
had.
Patel,
And they
this is
determined,
new.
not me, they determined
Mr.
that that
Chairman,
information was not
Mr.
credible.
Chairman, he's not letting me even ask my questions.
You
This is
ask the
ridiculous.
questions, he gives an
This is
answer. You
terrible.
may not like what he says,
No,
but that
I'm
doesn't mean
asking,
you get to
he's not
interrupt
answering
him.
my question.
Mr. Chairman,
have
could we
an-
restore to the gentlelady 45 seconds so she can
We will give her
complete
additional
question?
30 seconds, which is what I said
I'm going
earlier.
to keep taking my time because
you'll
here's
take the time
thing.
that you get. You
You
get
are
30
not
seconds.
answering the question. The question
Not one question is being answered. He starts going down this soliloquy, this diatribe of just answer goddamn questions, sir. So this is the thing that I get from this. These are the people that we are paying to investigate Charlie Kirk's death. And like y'all have already seen, if you've already been watching my channel, and if you don't and have not watched my channel, my name is Mr. Let Go. And I, no matter what video I'm talking about, my number one goal is the protection of children. And how do I do that? By talking about the adults that are over the children. See, the way to protect children is by holding men and women accountable for being responsible for the freaking children. You know, you don't just go out and protect children. You go after the adults that are in charge of the children. And we go down rabbit holes to find out what happened to the kids, what happened to this young girl, what happened to this young boy, whether it's Diddy or whether it's an EpiPen, I call them, or whether it's this right here, Patel.
I have. You just don't like the
Are these women credible? It's a yes or no answer.
I have answered the question.
Well,
and
what
I
is
keep
the
telling
answer?
you, I'm
You
the only
didn't
FBI
answer
director
nothing.
that has welcomed new information in this
Okay.
case. This
You're not-
administration is the only one that has welcomed any new information in this
Is there
case.
a yes or no to whether
Present
the
new
victims
credible
are
information.
credible?
Present new
Are
information.
the victims credible
The victims-
or not?
I'll tell you what happened in the last Trump
Are they
administration.
credible or not?
And just for the record, they all are a problem. Because if Kamala would have won and she would have been president, the same exact thing would have been happening. It actually would have been worse. So Trump is a problem. Kamala is a problem. Biden was a problem. Obama was the biggest problem. So regardless of what president we put in office, it's going to be the same thing. So one thing we all have to do, just as people, is to stop fighting with each other and fight these goddamn people. They are the enemy, not us, not the right, not the black, not the, let's say this, not the white, not the black, not the right, not the left. They all are the problem. And what they do is they pit the red against the blue, the white against the black, the man against the woman, and have all of us infighting with each other while they go out to this country, this place that I call IHOP, and we're going to get into that too, and go do all their dirty deeds over there. So at the end of the day, we're over here just arguing with each other, having gender wars, where now we're, so stuck fighting with each other, arguing with each other, and they're over somewhere else doing things that I'm trying to make sure I don't say anything wrong because I don't want my channel deleted. I'll say they're over somewhere else fishing for tadpoles, I'll say. So they're over there fishing for tadpoles while we're over here arguing with each other like idiots. That's what's actually happening.
Not. You can't even
Victims
say
credibly came forward. And you know what happened? President Trump authorized the indictments of
President
Jeffrey
Trump
Epstein,
called
not
them a
Biden,
hoax.
not Obama.
President Trump
no one else.
called the entire thing a Democratic hoax. So I would like to ask
The
you,
gentlelady's
if
time has
you
expired.
will
I gave her
meet-
the additional
if
45
you-
seconds he
if you
requested.
will
The
meet-
gentlelady yields back. The gentleman from
Mr.
New
Chairman,
Jersey is
I would like
recognized
to
for his
ask if
5
you would
minutes.
meet with the women who were sexually
Time does not
abused
belong.
and groomed
Time does
at
not
the
belong
ages
to the
of
gentlelady from
14
Washington.
and
The time now
16 years
belongs-
old. Are
the
you
time-
going to cover up?
No, I'm
Are
not
you
gonna-
going to
I'm
continue
gonna
to
recognize
cover
the
up
gentleman
for
from
the
New Jersey
rich
for
and
his 5 minutes.
powerful men, including
Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to what she says. The rich and powerful men, including who? This is crazy. Watch this.
5 minutes.
powerful men, including those that might be on this committee, including those that might be on this committee.
Mr. Patel, does Donald Trump appear anywhere?
Yo, she is going in. I got to back that up. What? She just went off on them.
To cover up.
No, I'm
Are
not
you
gonna-
going to
I'm
continue
gonna
to
recognize
cover
the
up
gentleman
for
from
the
New Jersey
rich
for
and
his 5 minutes.
powerful men, including those that might be on this committee, including those that might be on this committee?
Mr. Patel, does Donald Trump appear anywhere in the Epstein files?
Golly.
It's not a complicated question. Does Donald Trump appear anywhere in the Epstein files?
I didn't say it was a complicated question. I just didn't hear you, so my apologies. We have released where President Trump's name's in the Epstein files and everybody else, and all credible information that we are legally allowed to release has been released.
All right, so let's go through that. You're referring to court orders that prohibit you from releasing grand jury testimony under Rule 6E. Is that what you're referring to when you say as the law allows?
That's a piece of it.
Really? What other evidence do those 3 court orders you cited prohibit from being released?
information that was collected pursuant to those search warrants that were limited
Wrong.
in fashion.
Wrong. That's not what the court order says, and that's not under 6E.
And you're talking, and I said that's 6E, and I said there was others, and I'm answering that. There are sealed court order documents. There are protective orders.
They are unsealed
Why
as
are
part
they
of discovery. They are unsealed as part of
They're
discovery given to Ghislaine Maxwell. They are no longer sealed.
That's just not true. We can argue about it all you want.
Okay, well, you agree that there are, so your testimony here is that the reason why you are not releasing all of the videos that you have acknowledged, there are so many, and that the FBI spent thousands of hours of reviewing, the photographs, and the photographs that you have. You're saying that you're not releasing those because there's a court order requiring them to be sealed? Is that your testimony?
Never said that about the videos. On the totality of the videos, of the thousands of images that were seized pursuant to the search warrant.
And remember, the same thing happened with Diddy.
The Department of Homeland Security conducting a raid at a house in Holmby Field Hills, believed to...
Put a 1 in the chat if y'all remember this. Where are the files from here? This is all the same thing. Whether it's EpiPen or whether it's Diddy, it's the same thing. They're all covering up the same exact thing. It's the same shit.
to be connected to Sean Combs, the rapper and music executive, perhaps being linked to a sex trafficking investigation.
He got some shots of a few people coming out of the home. Those people have been detained. Now, we're trying to still connect the dots. We do have some sources on scene here that we're getting this information from. We were actually...
They went through all of this in order to get sealed files that we can't see. Every time. See, the thing about it is, and I said this before, and I'm not switching to Diddy. I'm just showing y'all that Charlie Kirk's death, Diddy going to jail, all are the same thing. And of course, EpiPen dying, it's all the same thing. They're finding ways in order to get a hold of these people's tapes and files and information and getting rid of the person. And I'm not saying Charlie Kirk like directly had something to do with this, but what Charlie Kirk was actually doing, unbeknownst to him, was all of this. Because Charlie Kirk was greeted and I will say found or discovered by a man that helped him start his, what was the company? I forgot the name of the company. But that man funded Charlie Kirk's company. And the reason why that man funded his company is because he wanted the data. And we're going to get into that. He wanted the data. And what is the data? All of the millions of young people that Charlie Kirk was inspiring and influencing. Thank you. Turning point. Right. Thank you. The guy, hold on. The guy literally funded and pushed Charlie Kirk to start a nonprofit foundation, and he funded it. And then Charlie Kirk, unbeknownst to him, just being a young man, just trying to help his people, started going to the colleges and doing debates at colleges. And they started getting millions and millions and millions of phone numbers, genders, you know, because the data is not just an email address. It's your actions, who you vote for, what you believe, what you want, right? Because if you get millions and millions of different email addresses, you can send things to the people's email saying, hey, take this survey. Who are you voting for? What do you want? What do you believe? What is your gender? And next thing you know, they now have a dossier of each one of these freaking people that Charlie Kirk Charlie Kirk was influencing. So Charlie Kirk was gathering the data and unbeknownst to him started or controlled, I would say, a funnel for the other people or these people, because it's different groups of people, to be able to find these young people. They had addresses, y'all. They had phone numbers, they had emails, and they had these young people's addresses. Their addresses. Think about that. So Charlie Kirk, unbeknownst to him, is in the middle of all this shit that Diddy was doing, that EpiPen was doing. It's all the same thing. It's meant to farm young tadpoles. I'm trying to make sure I don't get screwed over. Farm tadpoles into traffic lights. All right. I'm using code words because I don't want no problems. So I just want to make sure y'all understand why I'm utilizing all these different people, and I don't want to confuse anybody. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all understand what I'm saying. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all understand what I'm saying. October 3074, thank you so much. She said the likes are down. So please hit the like button. Please hit the like button.
Actually, the first ones here with about 30 different law enforcement vehicles at least. There are 3 Bearcats on.
Put a 1 in the chat if y'all understand what I'm saying, because I don't want to lose anybody. This is tadpole mining. I'll say it again. Tadpole mining.
Scene here. This just all unfolded, Sandra, I would say less than 10 minutes ago. We got here even before the crime scene tape came up. So we're just down the hill. If you look up the street where Tony is right now to the right, you'll see one of those Bearcats, and law enforcement. And on the other side of those bushes, basically, is that home that is registered to Bad Boy Films, which is part of Bad Boy Entertainment. And the home in particular is registered not only to Bad Boy Films, but to one of P. Diddy's daughters.
They are
Yes. So the wording we're going to use today, because I want to make sure everybody understands. Mini Coopers means small, small cars. Okay. Little cars. All right. And y'all know what I mean. When I say traffic lights, I don't mean traffic lights. I mean, you already know. So Mini Coopers driving through traffic, being influenced by the traffic lights. Okay. So imagine a little Mini Cooper, coming around, and here comes a traffic light, and the traffic lights tells them to either stop or go left or right. Okay. So that's where Mini Coopers come in. That's where traffic lights come in. All right. And then we use a word called IHOP. All right. International House of Pancakes. Okay. So there's a country that starts with an I. We don't say that in the country's name. We say IHOP, which is International House of Pancakes. All right. So we use Mini Coopers, traffic lights, and IHOP to speak over here and in the comment section. All right. So I just want to make sure nobody's confused when we use these words.
Heavily armed, and they've been very tactful, would probably be the best word to use, as they made entry into this home this afternoon. We actually watched them as they made their way through one of these side gates, and as soon as they got inside the home, the first things they did was made their way into this garage that you see is open right there. Now, they did take a couple people into custody. We witnessed that. Now,
so let's get back to the other conversation. I'm just trying to put all the pieces together. And if y'all want me to read your specific comment, make sure to put it in the super chat. So color would be behind it, and I would read your comment. Just put it in the super chat. There's a $sign in the chat. You just hit that $sign. You can drop a super chat, $5, $10, $20, and I'll read your super chat.
are they under arrest? Or
all right, so let's go back to this.
But if there are videos that relate to others who Epstein trafficked to, such as maybe Prince Andrew, or photographs,
Goldman pushed back, arguing that Patel was hiding behind grand jury secrecy rules and protective court orders that, in Goldman's view, didn't fully prevent the release of certain documents. The argument intensified when Goldman turned to the thousands of videos and photos seized from Epstein's properties, especially if they could implicate other powerful figures. As Goldman's time expired, he accused Patel of hiding Epstein files and participating in a cover-up. The heated exchange underscores the deep frustration that continues to surround the Epstein case. Years after his death, much remains hidden, and the secrecy only fuels public suspicion.
Have total control to release.
Yes, and if it exists...
And so why haven't you released it?
Why are you supposing that that is a fact when in fact it is false? Are you saying that...
You're saying that none of the videos
What?
relate to anything relevant to the Jeffrey Epstein trafficking ring?
Every single video that we have collected pursuant to the prior search warrants has been examined for the last 10 years. And every single video has been utilized for whatever prosecutions were able to be legally brought.
I'm not asking about prosecutions. I'm asking about why you aren't releasing the full Epstein files, including the name.
And everybody watching, if everybody were to hit the like button, it's about 300 people in here. If everybody were to hit the like button all at once, that 300 people watching will turn into 1,000 people watching. So let's have a party and start a party by all hitting the like button. I promise you, if every last one of you were to hit the like button within 10 to 15 minutes, 1,000 people will be in here. That is literally how YouTube works. It starts with you hitting the like button. You know how some people have 1,000 people and some people have 200 people? It all becomes apparent to YouTube when everybody hits the like button all at once, because YouTube says, hey, they are really liking this video over here. So let me send more people to this video because they're loving it. So the like button tells YouTube whether y'all are having a good time or getting informed over here. So if you're getting informed and if you're enjoying this live stream, everybody hit the like button. And I bet you, if you all hit the like button all at once, it will be 1,000 people in here within 10 minutes.
Of people who were involved in the sex ring that you promised to do before you became FBI director.
I just told you.
Fine. I'm asking about all the other files.
What other videos? Tell me. Tell me.
That's what I'm asking.
Tell me.
You're saying there are no videos that would be relevant to anyone else involved in the Jeffrey Epstein sex ring.
Pursuant to Mr. Acosta's collection of information based on the search warrants. That's all we have in our possession.
And I'm asking you, that stuff.
That's all we got.
I'm not asking all you got. I'm asking you, in that stuff, there's nothing that's related to any other sex traffic, any other people engaged with Epstein in underage sex.
That's correct. To my knowledge, no.
Okay. Let's talk about the witness interviews. 302s of witness interviews. Those are not subject to the court order. Those are not subject to any fictional sealed order for a search warrant. Why aren't you releasing those with the redacted names of the victims?
We are releasing as much as legally allowed. That's why we went back to
how
the
is
courts.
that? How is that not legally allowed?
Sir, do you know how court orders work? Do you know how protective orders
Actually,
work? Do you know how
Mr.
sealing
Patel,
orders
I was
work?
a real prosecutor for 10 years. I know exactly how.
So I was a
court
fake one?
orders. And I want to understand what the court order prevents you from releasing witness statements that the FBI took.
You should know that as a real prosecutor, when the court hands down a protective order and a motion to seal, the material is sealed unless that
Your
judge
testimony
waives
here
it.
is that all of those witness statements are under a court order, a protective order.
Exactly. Code 33. Under Penal Code 33, we are going to keep all of these documents sealed from the public because of Code 33. And some of y'all may not know what Code 33 is, but it's a disgusting code. It's crazy.
We are providing everything we can legally provide.
No, that's not my question. My question is...
Actually, I'm going to display. I'm going to give you something else to think about.
Why are those witness statements that are not grand jury testimony, that if they were under a protective order, are no longer under a protective order, why are they not being released?
How are they not under a protective
Why
order?
are you not going to the court like you did for the grand jury testimony to unseal those records?
The DOJ did go to the court.
No, not on those records. Why aren't you going? You just went on grand jury.
Time of the gentleman has expired.
You are hiding the Epstein files, Mr.
Time of the
Patel.
gentleman has expired.
You are part of the cover-up.
And the work of my
So I hope you will talk to them when they
Gentlemen's
have
time has
requested
expired.
to speak with you. Because the
Gentlemen's time has
victims have
expired. Gentleman
requested
yields
and you are
back.
not responding.
new information from Frank here. Check it out.
I'm standing 25 feet off Charlie's right elbow.
All right, so this is one of the spotters. This man had the audacity to come out and act like he did not do what he did. So this is the spotter that was next to Charlie Kirk, the guy in the white shirt with the white hat that was giving all of the signals. This man had the audacity to come out and speak. This means he is not in custody. He is not in any type of trouble, because you already know when you get taken into custody and you get out on bail, the first thing your lawyer is going to say, don't say anything. So the fact that this dude is actually talking, he's on stage talking about this, means that he is not brought up on any charges. He is not up under any criminal investigation, which is crazy. And it goes back to Patel, because Patel is head of the FBI. Watch this.
Finally, we have new information from Frank here. Check it out.
I'm standing 25 feet off Charlie's right elbow. Oh yeah, I'm the guy in the white hat making the signals to the sniper. Yeah, you probably saw that on the internet. And we know if it's on the internet, it has to be true. You know, I just got a call from an FBI agent 2 hours ago. Are you the guy in the white hat? Yeah, a guy that interviewed me in the hospital last week. He said there's a guy in D.C. that he just wants us to check into it. I'm like, are you crazy? First of all, there's a sniper on the roof. Does he need some guy standing 25 feet from the target to go, yeah, there he is. He's looking through a...
Okay, how do you not see the sniper, stupid? Your job is to either have a drone flying around or either be able to see things that the average person can't see. Usually snipers on top of roofs, idiot. So if there's a sniper on top of a roof that students were able to see, but you and your cohorts were not able to see, you are the problem. So either you had a part in this, or you're an idiot because you didn't see the goddamn sniper. Students seen the damn sniper, and your dumb ass didn't. So either you are incoherent, you are incompetent, or you are one of the goddamn spotters. One of the two.
Go! We just had to check in.
Oh, let me back this bullshit up.
Signals to the sniper.
Idiot.
Yeah, you probably saw that on the internet. And we know if it's on the internet, it has to be true. You know, I just got a call from an FBI agent 2 hours ago. Are you the guy in the white hat? Yeah, a guy that interviewed me in the hospital last week. He said there's a guy in D.C. that he just wants us to check into it. I'm like, are you crazy? First of all, there's a sniper on the roof. Does he need some guy standing 25 feet from the target to go, yeah, there he is. He's looking through a scope. We just had to check into it, sir.
Frank, I respect you, but frankly, I would have liked a more direct answer. Were you using internal signs for the security team, or was that completely made up? Now, it is a silly note that a sniper who's looking down the scope needs a signal from a guy who's 25 feet off to his side, but okay, would have liked the straight answer. And
No. The way the spotters work, because you're right, the sniper is not looking at the spotter who's over here. The sniper is looking at the person. The sniper has audio in his ear, dum-dum. Okay? So you got the Vic, which is the victim, the target. You have the spotters that are going to give somebody else the go ahead, and then somebody else has audio in the sniper's ear that is, looking down the scope, and he has something in his ear saying, go for it. Pow. So no, the spotters have so the audio person has eyes on the spotters, and the audio person is telling the sniper when to shoot. That's how it works. The sniper is not looking at the spotters.
I would have liked that video you were taking.
And then I hear this pop, and I see Charlie go back. And my first thought was, no, because I thought this might happen at some point. And I started to head toward him, and the security team.
Whoa. You thought this might happen at some point. Interesting. So if you thought this may happen at some point, why don't you have anybody checking out the goddamn roofs, sir?
And my first thought was, no, 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 because I thought this might happen at some point. And I started to head toward him, and the security team was right there. So then I ducked down thinking there would be more shots. And they went that way, and I went this way, and I met them at the car.
Now, during the shot, we see him.
I met him at the car. Interesting. Security detail leaves the area. They don't look for the shooter. You're security detail. And you met him at the car? You're ducking and you're security detail now. You don't instantly get into action? You don't have binoculars? Where are your binoculars? Because you need binoculars to be able to see what's going on and where the shooter's coming from. But you don't do none of that. You just start ducking and go to the car with Charlie. Interesting. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit the like button. Hit the like button.
Hold the camera, but he's in shock, kind of peeks out, and then he ducks down right here. Now, this is somebody who thinks it was all staged, there was a blood bag, and Frank is in on it. And he's like, well, how would Frank know to get ahead and go secure a vehicle? I would argue with Frank's military background, 8 years, that he would know to go get an exit vehicle right away, and that Charlie was swarmed and had the help he needed. He didn't mention.
Right there. Right there. He's at the car before Charlie gets there. So remember, it's three different dudes that were the spotters. It was one in white, is one in gray, and is one in black. We're hearing from the guy in the white.
I went this way and I met them at the car.
Now, during the shot, we see him hold the camera, but he's in shock, kind of peeks out, and then he ducks down right here. Now, this is somebody who thinks it was all staged, there was a blood bag, and Frank is in on it. And he's like, well, how would Frank know to get ahead and go secure a vehicle? I would
see him. The guy is at the vehicle already.
Argue with Frank's military background, 8 years, that he would know to go get an exit vehicle.
There. That's him right there. How the hell are you at the vehicle already?
Right away, and that Charlie was swarmed and had the help he needed. He did mention this gal on the bottom right. You can barely see her with the arms there. Continues to film to the left and doesn't follow the crowd on camera, and that's a little odd. Now, let me make something clear. I do believe in crisis actors. If you don't, check out this guy again.
This is such bullshit. I've never been so pissed in my whole life. I just murdered Charlie Kirk right here in Utah. I'm so freaking pissed right now. This is bullshit. I just saw blood squirting out of his neck. I love that guy.
Are you kidding me? Like, Frank, however, is a man who's crying over someone that was like a son to him.
Now,
are those hand signs, or is he really crying? Were you crying up on stage when you're doing all the hand signs?
Like, Frank, however, is a man who's crying over someone that was like a son to him.
Now,
is that a hand sign? Because that's what you was doing on stage. Is this another hand sign, sir?
Charlie wasn't there. His eyes were fixed. He wasn't looking at me. He was looking past me right into eternity. He was with Jesus already. He was killed instantly and felt absolutely no pain. That's what I was told later.
So if you can trust Frank now, I'm going to show you a few interesting details what he's about to say.
And so I texted him. I said, Charlie, I hope you've increased your security detail. He says, oh, I have. They want me dead.
I'm looking down at Charlie. I mean, he's a foot from me. His face is a foot from me.
If Charlie himself, which Candace Owens said to verify this, says they want me dead, why don't you have anybody on the roofs? Why don't you have more security? Why didn't you have on a bulletproof vest? It's been proven that Charlie Kirk did not have on a bulletproof vest. And I want to share something about a theory that I'm still trying to get an understanding of. So forgive me for not necessarily being so I'm gonna get a little conspiracy theorist with y'all for a second, just for a second. I want y'all to think about this. And this might sound crazy to y'all, but just listen. Drop your city in the chat. Let me know where you at. Spam the chat with your city to the new people who just came in, because y'all are hitting the like button and it's bringing new people in. So to the new people, spam the chat with your city. All right. So I want y'all to think about this, and y'all let me know what y'all think. Am I crazy or am I not? Charlie Kirk, and somebody in the chat actually brought this up, but I did a little bit more research. Charlie Kirk has the same birthday as somebody else. Charlie Kirk has the same birthday as George Floyd. Rest in peace, George Floyd. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. They have the same birthday. I think October 14th, I believe. They both have the same birthday. And you may ask, what does that have to do with anything? Understood. They both died of neck injuries. All right? So that's the second thing. But it gets crazier. And y'all let me know if I'm crazy. Charlie Kirk and George Floyd both have the same amount of letters in their first and last names. Charlie Kirk has 11 letters in his name. George Floyd also has 11 letters in his name. 11. They both died the same way, to a certain degree, of neck injuries. They both have the same birthday, and they both have 11 letters in their names. So I started trying to get an understanding of what 11 and 11 meant or could have meant. So I started looking up, let's see, Charlie Kirk. And I found, well, I paid attention to, because everybody's seen it. In the main picture that everybody has seen, Charlie Kirk was sitting there with 3 hats with 47 on it. Did y'all see that? Charlie Kirk and 3 hats with 47. All right. When Charlie Kirk was murdered, there was this picture. I'm sharing my screen now. Give me a second. Oh, here we go. So when Charlie Kirk was murdered, before he passed, he was speaking, and you were able to see this. I want to make sure y'all can see my screen. Oh my God, what just happened? I don't have time for this. Hold on a second. I got to get this off my screen. Something is going wrong. All right, here we go. I fixed it. All right, so hold on a second. Share it again. Come on, man. All right, here we go. All right. Put a 1 in the chat. Y'all can see my screen. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all can see my screen. So as you can see, this is the infamous picture of Charlie Kirk speaking in front of those people right before he died, right? So right there, you see 47, 47, 47, right? So you may ask, what does this have anything to do with? Has a lot to do with 11. Charlie Kirk has 11 letters in his name. George Floyd, who has the same birthday as Charlie Kirk, also has 11 letters in their name. There's 3 hats sitting on the table. 11 plus 11 plus 11 equals 33. So I started looking and said, who do I think could possibly be next? Right? And we all, even she said it herself, Candace Owens is hoping that she doesn't end up, getting murked. Hopefully, she doesn't. So I looked at and said, how many letters does Candace Owens have in her name? Luckily, it's 12 and not 11. So I said, okay, so she may be safe. So let me know if I'm crazy or not. But is this scenario something worth looking into? Because I'm not done trying to figure it out. But yes or no in the chat. Am I crazy for, thinking about this? Y'all let me know. So 1, Charlie Kirk and George Floyd had the same birthday. 2, they both have 11 letters in their names. And then 3, this 11 thing was on the table. 47. So some of y'all didn't catch this. 4 plus 7 equals 11. I meant to say that part. 4 plus 7 equals 11. So on his table with the 47 hat, then the other 47 hat, and the other 47 hat, 4 plus 7 equals 11. So 11, Charlie Kirk, 11, George Floyd, and then there's another hat. Uh-oh. 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 Nick Fuentes has, excuse me. Uh-oh, hold on. How many letters does Donald Trump have in his name? Somebody verify that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Am I crazy, y'all? Donald Trump himself, who is the 47th president of the United States, 4 plus 7 equals 11, has 11 letters in his name. So Donald Trump is the third or the first or the second hat on the table. So it's Donald Trump, Charlie Kirk, and George Floyd. And you may say, well, Donald Trump is still alive. He doesn't have to be murked. He's the 47th president. He makes the 4 plus 7 equals 11. He makes it. Does that make sense? So y'all let me know, am I crazy? We can keep going. But am I crazy? Because this right here says everything that we need to see. This says everything we need to see. 33, 11 plus 11 plus 11. 3 different men with 11 letters in their name. 2 of them died of neck injuries. 2 of them have the same birthday. And I'm quite sure Donald Trump doesn't have the same birthday. So let's see. When is Donald Trump's birthday?
Donald Trump was born on June 14th, 1946.
Okay, June 14th. There's nowhere in the world his birthday would have been the same. Dimple says, Mr. Lego, are you a Pisces? Yes, I am a Pisces. Yes. So Donald Trump doesn't have to get whacked because Donald Trump, his existence as the president, one makes the 47 on the hats. So Donald Trump is the first hat. George Floyd is the second hat. And Charlie Kirk is the third hat. 47, 47, 47. 11 plus 11 plus 11 equals 33. And it took them 33 hours for them to find the fake sniper. Donald Trump was born on Juneteenth. Wait, June 14th? What date is Juneteenth?
In Georgia.
No, Juneteenth is June 19th. So no. All right, so now we keep going. We keep going. I just wanted to share that with y'all. Y'all might think I'm crazy, but I'm just saying. Let's just keep going. Donald Trump has 11 letters in his name. Just like Charlie Kirk, just like George Floyd. So if something happens to Donald Trump, hopefully it wouldn't. Let's just keep going.
And his eyes are fixed, Megan. He's not looking at me. He's looking into eternity. He was already with Jesus. Absent from the body, present with the Lord, says the New Testament.
Wait. Hold on. Something else. What is George Floyd's birthday?
George Floyd was born on October 14th, 1973.
What is Charlie Kirk's birthday?
Charlie Kirk was born on October 14th, 1993.
Okay. What was Donald Trump's birthday?
Donald Trump was born on June 14th, 1946.
What is the significance of 14? To the numerology experts, they all have the same birthday. 14. So Donald Trump is a 47th president. He has 11 letters in his name. 4 plus 7 equals 11. Charlie Kirk has 11 letters in his name. George Floyd has 11 letters in his name. They all were born on the 14th day. Not the same month, but the same day. What does 14 symbolize? 5, the number 5. Okay, what is 5? What does 5 have to do with this? I'm just trying to get an understanding because I'm not a numerology expert. 4 plus 1 equals 5. What does that mean? I don't know. It's called Gematria. I don't know. Let's see. What is Gematria? The system of assigning figures, multiplication and division. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I'm just trying to go down the rabbit hole, y'all. I'm trying to go down the rabbit hole. but we are close. They all have 11 letters in the names, so that makes it 33. But I'm trying to understand, all three of them were born on the 14th day of a month. What does that mean? Freedom is 5. Does 5 represent freedom? Yes. Oh, shit. Yes. In numerology, the number 5 widely symbolizes freedom. Look at this guy's shirt. It says freedom right here. Oh, shit. Freedom. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. We just went down a rabbit hole, y'all. So the 14th of the month that all three of them were born in numerology, 4 plus 1 equals 5. 5 symbolizes the word freedom. Charlie Kirk had the word freedom on his shirt when he died. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. So the 47, 47, 47, 11, 11, 11, all three of them, Charlie Kirk, Donald Trump, and George Floyd, all have 11 letters in their names. George Floyd and Charlie Kirk are dead. They both died of neck injuries. There's no reason for Donald Trump to pass away because he makes the 47 by being the 47th president, also having 11 letters in his name. So he creates this 47 combination by just simply existing. So he doesn't have to get shot or pass away because he makes the 47. So 47, 47, 47 equals 33. And they all were born on the 14th day of the month. And 4 plus 1 equals 5. And if you look at Charlie Kirk's shirt, it says freedom. And 5 in numerology terms represents the word freedom. Golly. We did it, y'all. We did it. Yeah, we did 4 plus 7 equals 11. Yeah. We did it. Damn. All right, let's keep going.
And we had to start CPR anyway, so we did. I just started pounding on him, trying to get him to respond. Couldn't do it. Got to the hospital and just ran him right in through the emergency room, and they had a team there, and they started pounding on him and started putting blood in him, and they did get a pulse.
There was this meeting that took place in the Hamptons that allegedly Charlie was threatened.
All of these conservative young influencers who basically knew nothing were brought out to the Hamptons to basically hang out and party and feel like they were, in a reality show. And they were told that they were going to talk about Mahmoud Mamdani, who's likely to be the next New York mayor. And then in the middle of the meeting, I was told this by someone who was there, Ackman turns the whole thing into an argument about Israel. And then coming out of this meeting, everybody was offered a free trip to Israel. And Xavier de Rousseau is taken to Gaza, and de Rousseau is paid by the Israeli government to go there and deliver this absurd, flamboyant video mocking people for starving, denying starvation, and claiming that Hamas leaders are eating all the food, so they're going on Ozempic. And that's like what was coming out of this disgusting meeting where Charlie Kirk was being screamed at for trying to take like a mildly principled position.
I know exactly how they.
So before we get farther, I just want to remind y'all of what She said,
Bill Ackman, because.
So remember, this is the same trip that was just talked about.
An intervention was staged by Bill Ackman because Charlie's rational thoughts about were a no-no. This is not the route that you should be going on. And Charlie was surrounded by his friends, his quote unquote friends. Bill Ackman was very upset and threats were made. It was at this time that Bibi Netanyahu was called and Charlie was invited to. This was an under duress situation, I would say, because I've been in these situations before. When I started asking very sensible questions about it, as someone who had dedicated her political life to supporting it, many times alongside Charlie Kirk, I was met with the very same pressure. And just like Charlie was being invited to, I was invited somewhere else. And when this arrived to me, it felt like a threat. You know, I gotta tell you that. It felt like a threat, like not like, hey, come here and we can educate you because you're my friend. More like,
sorry, y'all, it's messing up because I'm trying to download something and it's causing some interruption. Sorry, y'all.
Like, hey, come here and we can educate you because you're my friend. More like, this is your last chance. That's how it felt to me. I can't speak to how it felt to Charlie. And I know that Charlie was offered a ton of money. Charlie was offered a ton of money in this moment. A ton of money. Bibi would fund it, you know, spend tons of money. And Turning Point, I guess, if it needed to go to a higher level, would have gone to an even higher level than it already was at. And I know for a fact that Charlie denied that funding. That Charlie denied, and what Bibi didn't include there, he declined to go to for, I would describe this as like, you know, re-education camp. You know, we've seen it. You made an but we can help you. You know, we just need you to come out to.
So, Chica says 3 and 11 equals 14. 3 hats that say 11 on them, 4 plus 7 equals 14. That's a thought. 3 hats, all 3 of them say 47 on the hats. 4 plus 7 equals 11. 11, 11, 11. 3 plus 11 equals 14. They both were born, or all 3 of them were born on the 14th day of the month. It gets deeper.
Auschwitz and take a picture. Yeah. We just need you to come to the Holocaust Museum and take a photo. We just need you to go to, and we can make this better. Charlie said no to Bibi. Okay. Bill Ackman, if you would like to dispute that, I would love to hear what you say happened, because our sources and what we have, it's solid.
Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. This is getting scary. So now let's get into this.
Where Charlie Kirk was being screened.
So right here, this is where she said Charlie Kirk was being yelled and screamed at or something. Let me back it up. Oh, here it is.
All of these conservative young
get a pulse.
There was this meeting that took place in the Hamptons that allegedly Charlie was threatened.
All of these conservative young influencers who basically knew nothing were brought out.
So Candace Owens talked about him being invited to the Hamptons, and he went to the Hamptons and he got yelled at. He refused to go to IHOP because they wanted to fly him to IHOP. He refused to go to IHOP, but he did go. here in the Hamptons, according to Candace Owens. So let's listen.
And they started pounding on him and started putting blood in him, and they did get a pulse.
There was this meeting that took place in the Hamptons that allegedly Charlie was threatened.
All of these conservative young influencers who basically knew nothing were brought out to the Hamptons to basically hang out and party and feel like they were, in a reality show. And they were told that they were going to talk about Mahmoud Mamdani, who's likely to be the next New York mayor. And then in the middle of the meeting, I was told this by someone who was there.
Connie, they have to put it in the super chat. It's too many comments coming in. I didn't see his comment. So tell Patrick Jean to put it in the super chat, then I'll be able to see it. So, because I don't know what Patrick Jean said.
Ackman turns the whole thing into an argument about Israel. And then coming out of this meeting, everybody was offered a free trip to Israel. And Xavier de Rousseau is taken to Gaza, and de Rousseau was paid by the Israeli.
Yo, Rob, y'all stop it. We have 362 people watching this live right now. 3 plus 6 plus 2 equals 11. Oh, stop it. Y'all are hilarious. Stop it.
Government to go there and deliver this absurd, flamboyant video mocking people for starving, denying, for trying to take like a mildly principled position.
I know exactly how they do this. I know exactly how The Simpsons is able to predict everything, guys. The truth is these are not predictions. It is not prophecy. It is programming. The elites hide their plans in plain sight through shows, through movies, and even cartoons, because your subconscious mind absorbs it. So by the time it actually happens in real life, you have already accepted it. And why do they do this, you might ask? It is consent in their twisted.
Thank you, Dimples, for subscribing. Make sure to subscribe to my channel if you have not. So what this man is essentially saying is the way the Simpsons are able to predict the future is predictable because everything is programmed, which means we're somewhat in the middle of this 100-year-long psyop where people die, people do this and people do that, presidents are elected. All of this stuff is done on purpose, where we're in the middle of a TV show or something, and there are writers to the TV show. What is the name of the movie where the guy was in a TV show and he was trying to get out of the TV show? What was the name of that show? Do y'all know what I'm talking about? It was the something. What was the name of the show? It was a guy in, like, since a baby. He was a part of a TV show, and all his friends, his wife, everybody was just characters in a TV show. The Truman Show, yes. So, to a certain degree, the reason why everything is able to be predicted is because there are writers to life, and we're a part of the Truman Show. Yeah, they're just making fun of how stupid we are. Yo.
Logic, even if they show you through cartoons, then you've agreed to it. This is how they avoid their karmic cycle. So when these Simpsons predictions come true, people laugh, they share the memes, and they move on. But that is exactly what the trap is.
Y'all stop. Tell me, it's 11:11 right now.
Because it normalizes the agenda that's being played out here. Simpsons is not predicting the future. It is revealing the script at play. We live in a scripted reality. Once you see it for what it is and you stop consenting, that's when you break their power. Much love and peace.
Sheesh. All right, quick commercial break, and I got something else crazy to show you.
A coffee shop and play this fun dating. Hey,
Buy my card
how
game,
about we
y'all.
meet up at a coffee shop and play this fun dating card game? We'll have fun and see if we're compatible all at the same time.
Ooh, what's the name of the game?
It's called Deeper Discussions.
I'm down.
Okay, meet you at 6.
Fellas, buy this card game. Ladies, buy this card game. Buy about 2 or 3 card games. The main reason why people can't stay together isn't because they don't like each other no more. It's actually because their present family issues come up or their past family issues come up. But when you play Deeper Discussions, you'll be able to understand a person's family issues up front.
This game can be played with either 2 people or an entire group. So have fun.
Question number 1. Name a time when money was the main factor why a relationship went bad.
Deeper Discussions Dating Edition. Again,
Click the link that's in the chat. There's a blue link in the chat. There's 2 of them. Click one of the blue links. See if it's something on the website that you would like. I have 2 card games. I have a course. And my course is literally a 5-day course. And it's only $15. It's only $14.99. So click the blue link that is in the chat, or click the link that is under this video, picture of these card games, and just go on the website and see if it's something that you would like, see if it's something that interests you.
and these cards are good for vetting a potential boyfriend,
Candidate.
a potential girlfriend, a potential husband, a potential wife. The texture of these cards are so soft and silky, by the way. Like
They ain't gonna get
really
wore out.
durable.
A dating card game for introverts who have a hard time asking the much needed compatibility questions. Deeper Discussions, the card game.
Click the link that is in the chat. There's 2 blue links in the chat. Just click the links. The links are safe. And go to the website and just see if it's something that you would like to check out. All right, let's check this out.
Arresting Diddy was to shut down inquiry into what Diddy was doing. So you think the point of arresting Diddy was to shut down inquiry into what Diddy was doing?
Get the data, right? I think they did it to get all the data away from Diddy because he was being sued in civil court. And so they arrest Diddy. What'd they just convict him of? Nothing.
Well, that's clearly the point of the first
Biden's
Jeffrey
laptop.
Epstein arrest.
Weiner's laptop had kill switches in it. It was filled with crap that wasn't supposed to be there. We never get to see it. Supposedly 9 cops watched the videos on Weiner's laptop. They had to keep leaving the room because they couldn't stand what they were seeing. And all 9 are now dead. And there's names and faces and deadness, right? They're real people. Now you can say, well, maybe they died for other reasons. I go, but it's still 9 cops. You know, it's like the 5 cops who died after January 6th, right? 4 of them were suicides. According to AI, there were about 80 cops really in the thick of things. 4 of them died from suicide.
The famous really have a big problem. I'm one of the only people who managed
Y'all listen to this. If y'all didn't see my other video, please listen to this.
to get globally famous and renowned without having a gatekeeper. If you're on a basketball team, if you say anything you're not supposed to say, you're off the team. If you're an actress and you say something you're not supposed to say, the producers won't hire you anymore. Record labels, YouTube, there's always someone who will shut you down if you start speaking in a way you're not supposed to speak. And the way they avoid this from happening is the same thing they tried to do to me. I got offered $55 million to sign a contract, and that contract was a sponsorship contract. But to avoid brand damage, I had to shut up about certain issues and change my opinions on certain things. And I declined the money. And soon after that, I was arrested. So what they try and do is give you a gatekeeper if you get famous without one, but primarily people only get famous because of their gatekeeper. All of these famous people aren't even famous. They cannot allow you to be influential if they don't control you. That's what Epstein's Island was about. That's what my criminal cases are about. That's what all of this is about, because the entire world is a battle for influence. And if you're influential, they need to get you under somebody. If you're influential, they need to get you under somebody. If you're influential, they need to get you under somebody.
When Charlie is 18 years old, he speaks at a college. He just seems
So who is Charlie Kirk under?
like any other young American conservative. But at that college, he catches someone's eye. But at that college, he catches someone's eye. But at that college, he catches someone's eye. Will Montgomery sees that Charlie gets attention. While other conservative speakers are boring, young people listen to Charlie Kirk. A month later, in September 2012, he and the 18-year-old launched Turning Point USA.
What Turning Point USA stands for, what we're trying to do is we're going into the high schools and the colleges to challenge these textbooks that publish flat out falsehoods and fallacies.
It's a nonprofit organization established to promote conservative values, specifically among young Americans through high school and college campuses.
I'm only 19 years old. I'm fighting this fight every single day. I get through to college campuses, high schools. I debate professors. I debate socialists.
It's not an immediate success, but Turning Point steadily grows into something larger than Charlie.
We'll probably recruit 4,000 to 5,000 new students, collect their data. We'll probably recruit 4,000 to 5,000 new students, collect their data. We'll probably recruit 4,000 to 5,000 new students, collect their data, collect their data.
And they use this young man simply because he was popular in order to use him as a conduit in order to collect their data, collect millions of young people's data in order to get their addresses, in order to get their opinions, their beliefs, their genders, their pictures, their names, email addresses, phone numbers. All right. So now everybody drop rabbit hole in the chat. Drop rabbit hole in the chat. We're about to go farther down the rabbit hole now. Everybody, a picture of a rabbit and a picture of a hole. Spam the chat with rabbit hole in the chat. Rabbit and a hole. Picture of a rabbit and a hole. Let's go. Check this out.
In the comments being like, Bill Ackman, sue her, take her money, just take her money. That's it. That's how we win. This is what they always do. They threaten.
Hello.
They're like in the comments being like, Bill Ackman, sue her, take her money, just take her money. That's it. That's how we win. This is what they always do. They threaten to sue you. They threaten to smear you, to libel you. All of us collectively, the globe, we're tired of you guys. Okay. It's always about money, threats, all of this stuff. It's ridiculous. Do what we say or we'll ruin your life. We're going to call up all our friends and we'll just start writing hit pieces about you and we'll destroy you. Do what we say or we'll have you canceled. We'll have your sponsorships dropped. Do what we say or we'll make sure that you're fired. We'll put pressure so that you can't earn an income.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half-staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They've just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House.
Yes, okay. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction. There's demolition, construction. This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish, okay?
So in order to understand the Jimmy Kimmel situation, you need to understand how television works, particularly local television. In your hometown, you probably have an ABC station, an NBC station, a CBS station, Fox station. Now, unless you live in big cities like New York, Los Angeles, Chicago, these stations are affiliate stations. That means they're owned by a company that's not ABC, NBC, CBS, etc., but either a company that owns 2 or 3 stations or by a...
Did y'all know that all of the stations are owned by BlackRock and Vanguard? I'll say it again. Did you know that all of the stations are ran by Vanguard and BlackRock?
Station group like Sinclair Broadcasting, Tegna, Nexstar. Then there are what's called O&Os, which are owned and operated stations. For example, the ABC station in New York is owned and operated by ABC News. Same thing with ABC7 in Los Angeles, it's owned by ABC News Disney. It is rare these days that a station will be owned by a small company. That's because around 10, 15 years ago, station groups, namely Sinclair, started buying up a bunch of local stations all around the country. NBC affiliates, ABC affiliates, it didn't matter. And particularly they focused on small and mid-sized markets. Now this was a strategic move because if you own what the majority of the country, these small local news stations that people in these small towns still watch, then you get to influence what they see. And Sinclair is conservative. It's evident in their content. Now, I used to work for Sinclair back in the day after they bought the station that I was working at. And they used to have these things called must runs, which means no matter where in the country, if you're a Sinclair station, you must put these specific stories in your rundown, aka the news of the day that you're broadcasting. And that's when late night talk shows started making fun of the fact that anchors around the country were saying verbatim the same thing.
Sharing of biased and
false news has become all too common on social media.
Now this is important because affiliates make.
So I just want to, she just played a little bit. I just want to play this again to show y'all exactly how this looks.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to...
Hold on a second. Hold on. I just want to like hold y'all on this for a second.
Fox San Antonio's Jessica Headley.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our
Treasure Valley communities,
the El Paso, Las Cruces communities, Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But
we are concerned about the trouble and trying to be responsible, one-sided news stories plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and
false news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what.
So I just wanted to show y'all what she's saying is 100% true and dive deep in that instead of just running over it like it's nothing.
The network that they will broadcast their programming in their market, and in exchange for example, content. So like ABC News will give ABC affiliates access to their video, and affiliates will give ABC News access to their video. So it's a matter of sharing the resources. So what happened with Jimmy Kimmel is two of the nation's biggest broadcast groups, Nexstar and Sinclair, basically told ABC, we're not gonna show Jimmy Kimmel in our markets, and they got a bunch of markets, if you don't rectify the situation. And I should mention that right now, currently, Nexstar is trying to buy one of the other big station groups, Tegna, which owns stations in Dallas and Atlanta, which now are getting into top 10 big city markets. So you see, in a time where viewership is declining, ABC can't really afford to piss off two of the big broadcast groups. Now, if that deal goes through, that means Nexstar will own 265 stations in 44 states and DC, which also Sinclair has a station in DC, the ABC station. That represents 80% of US households. Right now, Nexstar owns 32 ABC stations. Now, both Nexstar and Sinclair have been trying to proposition the FCC to relax regulations on the number of stations they can buy, because if it's up to them, they would buy more. And local news is some of the cheapest programming to produce. So if a station doesn't want to buy a syndicated show, they just throw on another local news show, 4 p.m., 5 p.m., 6 p.m. And when budgets are being slashed and in small towns where they just can't produce that much content, you get this much local news, and then it is packed with something that comes from the headquarters. Anyways, I just wanted to add context.
If you're still not going to listen to us and you survive that, we're going to sue you for everything you have. You guys suck, okay? We don't care about your money. We are tired of it. This reveals who you are, not who I am. The truth should be enough. I've offered him my platform. If there is more you'd like to say, Bill, things you'd like to clarify, again, my platform is yours, even though I know you're so highfalutin and above us. He even says in that tweet, by the way, he's like, and the fact that she monetized her video, something along those lines, like talking about yesterday's episode, oh my God, how can she read ads? Oh, are you the same Bill Ackman that made an absurd amount of money while we were in COVID lockdowns and we couldn't work? Are you the same Bill Ackman who like turned that into like billions? I'm pretty sure you are. So maybe check yourself, okay? I'm so sick of this. I don't know. I'm just asking questions. Are we allowed to do that? Or are you going to sue me? You're going to crush me. You're going to impoverish us all. Why are you guys like this is my question. I mean, they're like, Bill Ackman gave $1 million, Candace. What did you give? What did you give? I don't know. 2 years of my effing life to Charlie, helping him build things. Why is everything about money to you? Why do you think having money makes you a decent human being? Why are you so soulless? What is wrong with you? Do you understand that spiritually something is wrong with you? When regular people have like a little tiff, they just have a conversation. Okay. So like if I have a disagreement and I say, it's not what I did, I don't say, I'm going to destroy your life. Okay. I'm going to make you lose your job and I'm going to sue you.
Right.
Okay. That's a demonic force that lives in you. But you have to know your money instinct is not right. It's crazy.
Yep.
And everyone's paying attention to it. Answer the questions and I will publish the truth. The end.
You hear the shot. You see the flash.
So right here, here's a theory of what happened with Charlie Kirk, that the bullet came from the opposite side. Remember, my theory is there was an air actuated pellet discharging device that is under his shirt. But this is an interesting theory. Check this out.
Pretty hard to ignore now.
So what he's saying is the reflection in his phone is from behind him, and that flash, because when you shoot a gun, there's a flash. So that's what may have been in his phone.
No, that's not it. If you look at his neck, just above his shoulder, above his t-shirt, you see a red splodge appear. There it is. That looks like the entry wound. Someone's got to have footage. You see the flash. Pretty hard to ignore now. No, that's not it. If you look at his neck, just above his shoulder, above his t-shirt, you see a red splodge appear. There it is. That looks like the entry wound. Someone's got to have footage of that.
You seen Obama over there too, right?
We have to get the people of our country, of this country,
to love IHOP more.
More. I have to tell you that.
That they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
From there, it's only a few months, possibly a few weeks, before they get enough enriched uranium for the first bomb.
Do you want to try it?
Now this right here, make sure to hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. Make sure to share this video because I'm trying to save everybody from these people. All right. Our kids are in danger. All right, including mine. So pizza. Put a 1 in the chat if you ever heard of Pizzagate. Put a 1 in the chat if you ever heard of Pizzagate. So this is the significance of pizza. We're going to break this down. So the reason why I'm here, I talk about single motherhood, which is a part of the problem. But as I've grown, I realized that single motherhood being a problem is the tip of the iceberg. It's way bigger than just single moms and women just having babies by random dudes, and the woman got to go to work and she can't, give the proper love to the child, so the child ends up getting R-worded or M-worded, and now that child grows up to be traumatized, especially if she's a girl. Mainly, that's the ones who get M-worded, the girls, right? And because virtually every girl that is raised by a single mother, not all, but virtually every girl, think about this, that gets raised by a single mother, now because of what happened to her as a child, either by the woman's brother, the mother's brother, the mother's boyfriend, or the mother's babies, the mother is either by, okay, I'll just say this. in almost every case in these single mother homes, and y'all just stay with me, 3 people are usually the specific cause of the child being M-worded. Is either the mother's brother, the mother's boyfriend, not the father, the mother's boyfriend, or the person that the mother paid to be the babysitter of the child, right? So now that child grows up into a teenager and they done already had, it's already happened, right? So next thing you know, that child is already ready for the world. And because of that, they'll not even have to get traffic lighted. They'll just run away. Even the foster care system is a part of this. So the child, because of a single mother, she either sends the child to foster care, or the child stays with her, and the same destruction to the child happens whether she's with her or whether she's with foster care, because a father's child is in grave danger under their mother. Remember, I'm here to protect children from all adults, including y'all. So, because it's not just IHOP that's the problem, y'all are the problem. If you're a single mother, your child is in danger by being up under your household, just period, by default, because there's no man in the house. Next thing you know, that child grows up to be 13, 14, and she's already fast because of what she went through, right? Now, she's easily able to be traffic lighted because of what happened to her already. So now you have all these fast little girls going to school and liking pizza. Watch this.
Do you want to try it?
So these are the actual code words. Hot dog means boy. Pizza means girl. Pasta means baby. And on and on and on. So when we seen Ellen, as an example, buy kids pizza and have kids all over the stage, that's literally what was going on.
I thought I'd pass it around and get some money for the pizza. What do you have, Harvey? 200? 200.
Are they here? Well, who do you want to talk to? She's still your favorite.
See, these other countries, they have different mindsets, different cultures. And their culture in IHOP is to do stuff like this. And Nikki, I'm not going to get mad at you because you're probably, part of the problem. But for you to come in here and say some idiotic shit like this makes me feel sorry for you. Nikki says, stop blaming women for what men do to them. A man gets you pregnant because you let him get you pregnant. A man didn't do something to you. You put your goddamn legs up in the air and allow a man to go up in your ass with no goddamn condom, and you barely knew the motherfucker. And now you have a fatherless baby that doesn't have a goddamn father, and your ass, because you so busy, because you're so overwhelmed, because you got to go to work, because you got to work 2 jobs, or have allowed your goddamn child to get M-worded by your either boyfriend, your babysitter, or your own fucking brother. You did this. You keep your ass out of the air and this won't happen to your fucking child. Don't get me started. We over here talking about IHOP and these other countries and what they're doing. Don't get me started on y'all. Don't get me started. So I need you to sit your fucking ass down somewhere, because you are part of the fucking problem.
Yes. Oh, that's
Yep.
It's called Secret Pizza Party.
And I want y'all to understand that in a lot of these videos, you see who? Women. Ellen is a woman. This woman is a woman. These are women. Women are used as conduits to keep these, to perpetuate these systems. Y'all are the main conduits to get to the fucking children. So don't come in my comments talking shit. Don't blame women. Y'all the fucking conduits. Idiot.
Thought I'd pass it around and get some money for the pizza. What do you have, Harvey? 200?
Are they here? Well, who do you want to talk to?
She's still your favorite?
Yes.
Oh, that's
That's a woman.
Yep.
See, women make children feel comfortable. So women are the easy conduits. A lot of mothers just give their kids off to other fucking people. The foster system. Women give their kids to the foster system. The fucking woman is the conduit.
It's called Secret Pizza.
Who is that? A woman. Most teachers are women.
Pizza Party.
A woman. Look at his shirt. Look at his shirt.
More except for two things: pizza and us. And us.
The Rock. Look at The Rock. The Rock ain't shit.
A child molesting robot.
Did you know that in 2019?
Did you hear what he just said? A child emming robot. He said it on national TV.
Child molesting robot.
Did you know that in 2019, a tech billionaire was caught running a where the wealthy paid millions to hunt people for sport? Robert Cain owned a luxury resort on a private Caribbean island that hid the world's most horrific entertainment business. For 3 years, he kidnapped homeless individuals and victims who wouldn't be missed, then released them onto his 50-square-mile island where paying clients hunted them using military-grade surveillance equipment. The hunters paid based on difficulty level, with Cain's trophy rooms containing over 300 documented kills. Coast Guard investigators noticed unusual private flights and missing persons. Advocates tracked disappearance.
When people go to these islands, all kinds of heinous shit happens. When people go to these islands, a lot of people don't come back. Did you see the skulls? I want y'all to see the skulls.
That hid the world's most horrific entertainment business. For 3 years, he kidnapped homeless individuals and victims who wouldn't be missed, then released them onto his 50-square-mile island where paying clients hunted them using military-grade surveillance equipment. The hunters paid based on difficulty level, with Cain's trophy rooms containing over 300 documented kills. Coast Guard investigators noticed unusual private flights and missing persons. Advocates tracked disappearance patterns. During the raid, authorities found Cain personally tracking 3 terrified victims through thermal imaging, while wealthy clients positioned for kills. His detailed records revealed Fortune 500 CEOs and politicians who participated in the of hundreds of innocent people. Extreme wealth had enabled the ultimate violation of human dignity through commercialized murders disguised as exclusive entertainment.
I was born into a cult. It's a satanic cult. We would go into the woods and we would play games, which were not games. One of them was called Hunter and Gatherer. You're in the woods at night. You have 7-10 kids. Some of the men are hunters, where they have to find you, and the other ones are the gatherers. So the hunters would hit you over the head with a beam, a bat. My father as a cop had a nightstick, hit you with that, pass out. The gatherers would come. There'd be only 2 or 3 assigned gatherers, and they would come, get you, and you, assault you to whatever extent that they wanted. But they made it as it was a game, and you could win. But after doing the game enough times, you realized there was no winning. You weren't going to win.
The result was always the same.
Yeah, you were always going to be hit. They just wanted to watch you look terrified and run.
Oh, hold on. I got another video. Let's play this. I got another video coming up. Quick commercial break. We'll be right.
In the country, and it's a card.
All right. This is my card game commercial. I got another video coming up. Hang out. Watch this.
This just in, a new way of healing is sweeping the country, and it's a card game called Like Mother, Like Daughter. This game is powerful.
My favorite question was, if you could parent me all over again, what would you change? This card game has a mother deck and a daughter deck, so we both have questions for each other. These are some good questions.
Do you think I'm a people pleaser? If so, where did I get this trait from?
This card game actually helped my marriage, and the questions showed me that I still had unresolved issues with my mom, and I was taking them out on my husband.
I played this game with my mother yesterday, and she told me things I never knew about her.
If you don't do anything else, buy this card game. You won't regret it. Click the link below.
Click the link, y'all, to get your mother-daughter card game.
Kirk, the story does not add up in any way, shape, or form, and so I'm going to ask the questions that have not been answered yet. Starting with a heavy one. The footage that we saw of the front of Charlie's neck, was that an entry or an exit wound? I ask this because entry wounds are much, much smaller. They are much more defined and consolidated to a smaller area than an exit wound. Exit wounds oftentimes look like an explosion type. It's more graphic. So if the exit wound was in the back, it surely should have looked a lot more intense than the front of his neck, right? Why wasn't there any blood spatter on the white banner behind Charlie?
Yes, why wasn't there any blood splatter on the damn banner right behind him? And I want to say thank you to Sharon for the Cash App. Thank you, Petrolia, yes. Thank you so much for the Cash App. Cash App is scrolling across the bottom of the screen, $AARON 1000. So thank you so much to Petrolia. Hopefully I said that right, for the Cash App. And thank you, Maurice, for the Cash App also. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Cash App is scrolling across the bottom of the screen. Drop a Cash App, $5, $10, whatever you got. You know, buy me lunch if you're enjoying the content.
Another question I have about this is when they were carrying Charlie to the car after he was shot, where was the blood trail?
Hey, Rosemary.
If the back of his neck was supposed to be...
Yes, there's no blood trail on the ground. I didn't even see that part. Where's the blood on the ground?
Another question I have about this is when they were carrying Charlie to the car after he was shot, where was the blood trail? If the back of his neck was supposed to be the exit wound, surely there would have been a blood trail. And there's footage out right now that you can look at of them carrying him to the car, and there's not a blood trail. Why wasn't this handled like a regular crime scene? Why was his security taking down a camera that was posted up behind Charlie during the...
And this was 5 minutes after Charlie got hit.
...shooting, because that will show you key evidence of what happened. And it was taken down minutes after it happened. Who took that camera down? Where is that footage and what was seen on that footage? I also want to know, why was everybody walking around the area? If a horrific crime just happened where we saw the blood, we saw it with our own eyes, why wasn't anybody looking on the ground and being careful where they were stepping? behind Charlie. It was supposed to be more graphic behind Charlie if we're talking about an exit wound being at the back of your neck. So where was the blood behind him? There were multiple decoys in this incident. It almost seems like there was a patsy, because you remember that older guy who was taken into custody. His name turned out to be George Zinn. And ironically, George Zinn was also featured in many 9/11 interviews blaming Al-Qaeda for the 9/11 attacks. The gun that they are saying was found in the woods that was used for this crime is very difficult to take apart and put back together. It's time consuming. And so we saw him running off of the building. He ran and jumped off of the building, no gun in sight. Okay, so he must have put it in his backpack, put it in his pants, whatever they think happened. They apparently say that he disassembled it. But why would he reassemble it in the woods then before leaving? Make it make sense. What was the visibility like on the building that the so-called shooter was shooting from? Because he was shooting from higher up. Charlie was underneath a tent with the crowd very close to him. So they were up very close. It would have been a really tough shot, and he got it right on the money on the first try. So has anybody gone back there to see what the visibility would be like from that range with that type of gun? Where are we at with that? Netanyahu is acting incredibly suspicious. He somehow tweeted at the exact same time as Donald Trump to announce that Charlie Kirk was killed. Why is a foreign leader tweeting at the same time as a US president announcing the death of a very prominent political figure in America? We're now seeing countless videos surface of him changing his mind on his stance on Israel within the past couple of months. As recent as about 5 days ago when he appeared with Ben Shapiro talking about, are we to trust everything that we're hearing about Israel? Why can't we question it? It all seemed very rushed. He was home in his casket within 48 hours of being killed. Everything was very swift. What does the hospital have to say? What do the surgeons at the hospital have to say? We need answers on this stuff.
If you don't know what's happening right now, I'm going to break it down to you like you're 5. So America is the parent company of Israel. It's been the parent company of Israel for decades. America funds Israel using U.S. taxpayer dollars.
She's saying the word IHOP. So we're funded by IHOP.
It provides its weapon and security, etc. And this has been going on for decades. And right now, the parent company, the U.S., has reached old age. It has accumulated all this debt. It's time for it to retire. It's also reached its stage of dementia. And so right now, you have 250 U.S. legislators that have gone on a trip to
IHOP.
And they've gone there to basically pledge allegiance to the country, which is really pledging allegiance to their new boss. I just want to make something really clear here right now. This is the largest U.S. bipartisan delegation to ever visit a foreign country. Do you understand? These are U.S. lawmakers. They're U.S. lawmakers. They make laws in the United States of America, and they just went to another foreign country to pledge allegiance. So take a minute and process that how you wish. At the same time, TikTok and the U.S. have finalized a deal, basically saying that the U.S. is going to have a separate TikTok app from the global TikTok app, which will be controlled by algorithms. It will be controlled by 3 companies in the U.S., Oracle, Silver Lake, and Harrods, which are all 3 Zionist entities. Do you understand what's happening right now? Our information is being hijacked by a foreign entity. I cannot stress this enough. At the same time, they're saying that it will be an American board with U.S. government oversight, but obviously it will also be
IHOP
oversight and
IHOP
board. The app will look exactly like the TikTok app, except it's going to be controlled by
International House of Pancakes
algorithms. Despite this country being hijacked by a foreign entity that has been in the making for decades, I still remain very optimistic, mainly because I feel like situations like this have to reach an extreme level for people to wake up, mobilize, and take action. And unfortunately, now you have people like Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens saying things like, it's not the right versus left. We need to come together. And basically, we need to come together because the country is being hijacked by a foreign entity. Nothing gory about this footage from the back. The thing that really stood out to me, and I just kept asking him to replay it over and over and over again, is that there's no blood. There's no blood.
No blood.
From the back. There is no blood. So I think a lot of people were wondering whether or not that bullet pierced and went out the back. I think I vaguely even remember, and Skylar, you can maybe live look this up, but I thought the feds were saying they were looking for a bullet at some point, which is now very alarming to me. I don't understand that. How could they have been looking for a bullet? Because if I'm not seeing,
IHOP is a place that starts with an I, and we don't say the name of the place, but it starts with an I. So we just use IHOP.
And there isn't. I'm telling you, what happens in the front is not what happens in the back at all. If I'm not seeing any blood, what are we to take from that? The only thing that could make sense, if what they're saying is true and that person took the shot from the place that they are saying that individual took the shot from, it would suggest that it was inside of Charlie, right? And they would know that. The feds would have known that. So they would have communicated that they were never looking for a bullet. Because remember, one shot. So I'm very confused. I'm very confused, not by what I saw, but what I didn't see. Okay?
Here, I just heard them say the active shooter, Charlie Kirk, has been shot. Charlie Kirk got hit, is what the security detail just said.
Look at this shit. Y'all got to understand. People are still running and yelling. If you hear the background, people are still running and yelling. And they taking cameras and shit down.
Looking for a bullet.
To the background.
Because remember, one shot. So I'm very confused. I'm very confused, not by what I saw, but what I didn't see. Okay?
Here, I just heard them say the active shooter, Charlie Kirk, has been shot. Charlie Kirk got hit, is what
they're still yelling and scared and shit, and a man is taking down camera equipment. It just happened. Why are you doing this to a crime scene? How is this shit legal? Look, the camera is down already within a minute. And I'm sending out y'all card games, y'all. So when you buy a card game, I'm sending the card games out like right now. So buy your card games right now and you'll get it Monday, or I'll be sending them out Monday.
Here, I just heard them say the active shooter.
All right, literally 5 minutes after Charlie Kirk was sniped, they literally just started packing everything up. And as you can see right here, this man is looking around like, I hope nobody sees this, but he's literally taking the SD card out of the camera. Everybody hit the like button. If you have not hit the like button already, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button, hit the like button. Everybody who has not hit the like button, make sure to hit the thumbs up button. Wow, MLG, this is what you called a strategic breakdown. Yes, 1000%, Dimples.
Teams here. I just heard them say the active shooter, Charlie Kirk, has been shot. Charlie Kirk got hit, is what the security detail just said.
See, the camera's down already. And as you can see, no police, no yellow tape, no crime scene, no detectives, no nothing. That shit is crazy. That shit is crazy. Yes, this is way bigger than Charlie. And just to remind y'all on why they got rid of Charlie, just in case y'all are wondering, this is why right here.
Bill Ackman. Because Charlie's thoughts, Charlie's rational thoughts about were a no-no. This is not the route that you should be going on. And Charlie was surrounded by his friends, his quote-unquote friends. Bill Ackman was very upset, and threats were made. It was at this time that Bibi Netanyahu was called, and Charlie was invited to. This was an under duress situation, I would say, because I've been in these situations before. When I started asking very sensible questions about it, as someone who had dedicated her political life to supporting many times alongside Charlie Kirk, I was met with the very same pressure. And just like Charlie was being invited to, I was invited somewhere else. And when this arrived to me, it felt like a threat. You know, I gotta tell you that. It felt like a threat. Like, not like, hey, come here and we can educate you because you're my friend. More like, this is your last chance. That's how it felt to me. I can't speak to how it felt to Charlie. And I know that Charlie was offered a ton of money. Charlie was offered a ton of money. A ton of money in this moment. A ton of money. Bibi would fund it, you know. Spend tons of money. And Turning Point, I guess, if it needed to go to a higher level, would have gone to an even higher level than it already was at. And I know for a fact that Charlie denied that funding.
Yes, all trails lead to IHOP. Those goddamn pancakes. Yep. Pancakes and pizzas. Yep.
That Charlie denied, and what Bibi didn't include there, he declined to go to for, I would describe this as like, you know, re-education camp. You know, we've seen it. You made an uh-oh, but we can help you. You know, we just need you to come out to Auschwitz and take a picture. Yeah. We just need you to come to the Holocaust Museum and take a photo. We just need you to go to.
Thank you, Edna.
And we can make this better. Charlie said no to Bibi. Okay. Bill Ackman, if you would like to dispute that, I would love to hear what you say happened, because our sources and what we have, it's solid.
All right, y'all. So I'm about to go. I'm going to do another show probably either later on the day, tomorrow or Monday, or all three. So make sure to subscribe to my channel if you have not already. I'm going to be posting between the next 3 days. So make sure to subscribe to the channel and also hit the notification bell so you will be notified when I post another video. And if you have not bought my Deeper Discussions card game or my mother-daughter card game, the link is not only under this video, but it's in the chat and is pinned at the top of the chat. And if you have not liked the video already, hit the like button right now. Because some people say, well, I'm not going to hit the like button until I watch the video. You watch the video, you watch the live stream, make sure to hit the thumbs up button. The most important thing for any of you to do is to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel. I am Mr. Let Go, and I have served my purpose in my community for today, or until later on, helping save these children from these disgusting ass adults. Talk to y'all later.
Meet up at a coffee shop and play this fun dating card game. We'll have fun and see if we're compatible all at the same time.
Ooh, what's the name of the game?
It's called Deeper Discussions.
I'm down.
Okay. Meet you at 6.
Fellas, buy this card game. Ladies, buy this card game. Buy about 2 or 3 card games. The main reason why people can't stay together isn't because they don't like each other no more. It's actually because their present family issues come up or their past family issues come up. But when you play deeper discussions, you'll be able to understand a person's family issues up front.
This game can be played with either 2 people or an entire group. So have fun.
Question number 1. Name a time when money was the main factor why a relationship went bad.
Deeper Discussions Dating Edition. Again, these cards are good for vetting a potential boyfriend,
Candidate.
a potential girlfriend, a potential husband, a potential wife. The texture of these cards are so soft and silky, by the way. Like
they ain't gonna get
really
wore out.
Durable.
A dating card game for introverts who have a hard time asking the much needed compatibility questions. Deeper Discussions, the card game.